Thank you, VJ. I think I can speak for the entire industry when I say thank you, VJ, and thank you, the Facebook team, for the technical leadership and contributions to the open community, the collaboration that they've done on networking and the disaggregation of network switches, and now the work that they're doing and sharing with all of us on AI. Fantastic. Thank you again. I had a chance to introduce a new project, the ODSA project. I'm going to talk about a couple of other projects at this point. As VJ mentioned, they're working on this open or OCP Accelerator module, OEM. And he mentioned some companies that are involved in that. We appreciate the work that Facebook did and the fact that they initiated this work. We had 14 companies that participated in the NIC 3.0 specification. You'll see those modules. Jason showed a module up on the stage earlier today. We'll see those modules out in our experience lab and throughout the expo hall. So take a look for those 14 companies that were involved in that. One of the hardware engineers at Facebook, Whitney Zhao, was involved in that project, and she has been instrumental in spearheading the collaboration on the OEM module and the OEM project. And I just want to shout out to Whitney for all the hard work that she's done for all of us. So give her a big round. She's probably in the lab working somewhere. And she has a great team around her, and it's not just Facebook on this. They initiated the project, but also they worked very closely with Kshagra's Microsoft Azure hardware team, and worked very closely with the AI team of Baidu over in China. And they started on these conversations dating back several months ago. It's very exciting to see these three giants of the industry working together in a collaborative fashion, sharing ideas very openly, and it's very exciting. I've had the pleasure to participate on some of those email threads as they talk about, some of the technical aspects of this module. Very, very exciting. Yesterday, I think there was a press announcement that Baidu joined OCP as a platinum member. So very excited about that. But they weren't alone. We had, again, a lot of companies that collaborated and are making plans today to support the OEM module. Here's just some of the names of the companies that are involved in it. We have silicon providers that are making decisions now to providing feedback into this draft specification. They're collaborating and providing that feedback to the authors. We have OEMs and ODMs that are also looking at their product plans and looking at platforms that they want to design to use that module. And we actually have solution providers that are already raising their hand and say, I want to build solutions and deliver solutions around those. So it's very exciting to be able to announce the formation of the OEM project, OCP Accelerator Module Project. And again, shout out to Whitney Houston for the work that she's done here. We also are announcing the fourth project, and that is our Open Edge project. This project really started out as a discussion with Nokia. We've had a lot of feedback through the market research that IHS Markit has done for us, and that feedback says that the telecom and carrier industry would love to adopt the hardware that we're using in open compute and the hardware that the hyperscalers are using, and certainly adopting the technology and use that. And in some cases, they can adopt it as is, and we're seeing deployments of OCP hardware and OpenRack into carrier data centers around the globe and into central offices. But it's not always possible to deploy a standard EIA 310 rack or open rack into some of those locations because of the physical constraints of the central office. And honestly, at the edge, they don't go into central offices. They go into factory floors. They go into small businesses. They may sit at the base of a tower. They may even go onto a pole in a metal box. And so with that in mind, we said we'd really need to create a standard and have everybody not redesign more and more enclosures. Let's just have one enclosure. Let's be able to plug modules in. Let's focus on the value add. And with that in mind, Nokia was gracious enough to share their entire design, all the mechanical files, all the board files with that, and they've made that contribution. They've been working with the community for the last couple of months. We've had a couple of workshops and brought people in and collaborated on that spec. That spec was finalized. And when I say the spec being finalized, this is just the first version of it. It gives you an opportunity to look at the spec, what features are in it, how can you use it, but also all the design files are there. You could send it over to your mechanical guys and they can start looking at it as well. And your board hardware engineers can look at the board designs as well. But it gives us a chance to have a base to work from as we move forward and try to share and collaborate with the carriers that are deploying at the edge. And again, Nokia had other companies that they worked with. Here's the names of some of those companies that are, again, involved in that project. So that's the fourth project. Very happy to announce that today. So we're reaching the end of our keynotes. I just have a couple of housekeeping things I want to remind you about. So today we had 3 keynote speakers from Facebook, Intel, and Microsoft, 3 of our platinum sponsors. Tomorrow we have another keynote session. And there's going to be some very exciting announcements that are going to come out of those. So I encourage you to all be back here tomorrow morning in this room and hear from LinkedIn, Inspur, and Huawei. Now, all 6 of these companies will have executive tracks this afternoon. So check the SCAD app and make sure you look at and decide which tracks you want to go. So again, just keep in mind that we saw 3 today. We're going to see 3 tomorrow. They're all very exciting. A lot of good information is coming out, and I encourage you to be here. The other thing, as Mark mentioned, we added a OCP Future Technologies Symposium this year to the summit. We really are trying to connect everybody here together, and we realize that as we develop technology, we have to have a funnel for new ideas. And so we said, let's reach out to the universities and include them in this collaboration. Not just the universities, but also some research arms. And so we invited them to participate in that, and we actually had 12 or 18 different submissions. You'll see 12 of those submissions out there in the form of a white paper and an information board. They're out in the hallway. So I encourage you to spend a few minutes and have a chance to talk to the researchers that are involved in that. And again, we're trying to bring everybody together and keep that pipeline full of new ideas. We also launched the experience area, again, outside, give you a chance to talk to the engineers that are working together. And this is really a good chance to talk to the engineers that have gone through the process of working together on specifications. I think there's several companies that are involved in the NIC 3.0 spec, and they can tell you how that process worked and how to get involved and how to initiate these types of collaborations in the future. We're also doing some work to streamline our contribution process, and as you heard today, we're going to have to do a lot of work because it looks like we got chip-level RTL code and Verilog code, and we're going to have to build tools to encourage that collaboration. So a couple more things. We do have lunch coming up, and there's a couple places to find tables to eat. Thank God we planned ahead and ordered up decent weather. So we have 2 patio areas, one outside here, one at the end of the hall that you'll be able to grab some tables. We have obviously tables outside of here. We also have a big area downstairs on the side of registration with additional tables. And we have tables outside of the expo hall, kind of between the expo hall and the executive tracks. There's more tables back there. So again, you'll find those tables available for lunch, and then we're going to move those out after lunch and give back the space. So again, that's it for day 1. Thank you very much. Appreciate everybody here today. We'll see you tomorrow. But between now and then, so let's go and enjoy.